Before we start this video, two things. One, if you want to see the entire build video of this blaster as a step-by-step guide, including all the stupid mistakes I did and how I fixed them and how to make everything perfect, well, I basically did a mod-along video called The Joy of Modding. That's a play on Bob Ross and trying to do the whole Bob Ross shirt thing in this video, but yeah, if the video is popular, I'll do more of them, but it's 41 minutes long. It is the single longest piece of heavily edited footage I have ever put on my channel. It took a colossal amount of work. I would really appreciate if you checked that out, and if you like that kind of thing, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to do more of them, because it was actually kind of fun. And two, I really want to thank Litake for sending me this blaster to even do a video on. I was never expecting to get one. I asked them, they asked, hey, what do you want to do any more product videos? I said, I would like to do the Prophecy, the worker Prophecy. And I was expecting just to get the stock blaster. They sent me the entire kit, everything. And I'm blown away by that. And the best part is that if you want to get your own from Litake or their sister Nerf site kind of thing, nfstrike.com, there's a code. You can use Walcom S7 at checkout and take a huge chunk off the purchase of the entire blaster. Or really anything else for that matter. If you want magazines, darts, other worker parts, and whatever else they add in the future, it's a good website. I've already done several videos from what they've got, and I'm probably going to do more because they sell a lot of good stuff at some really, really good prices, and with the code Walcom S7, the prices get even better. I know that's a pretty long intro. We're going to jump right into the actual full review now. One man should not have this much power. I've built things like the Caliburn, I've done little Springer mods in the past. This is a completely different beast. While the Caliburn was a homemade kit that you can buy and put together yourself, this is a consumer level product that you can buy and put together yourself, because this is the worker Prophecy. It's a Retaliator clone. It's essentially, for all intents and purposes, a Retaliator from Nerf. However, this has been built from the ground up to be modded and combined with kits to make any kind of blaster you could probably want, from any kind of pump-action Springer, or a bolt-operated magazine-fed sniper rifle, or the wide variety of cosmetic kits that exist for the Retaliator already. It's pretty nuts, and that's the dichotomy that I love the most. We are now getting to the point in this hobby where not only can you buy homemade kits to build blasters yourself, but now even companies are putting out full injection molded plastic blasters that are built from the ground up to be hobby grade, completely customizable foam-flinging death machines. And that makes me so happy, because a couple of years ago, that was not a thing. You were at the mercy of either buying a couple of drop-in parts and doing everything else by hand, or you just buy a Nerf blaster, and it was great. This is a step forward, and I hope more companies get into this, because not only is this one tuned up to what I believe is max for what this blaster could do, at the moment anyway, but it is just glorious. The Prophecy, with the pump-action grip, the power stock, the expanded plunger tube, is just, it's insane. So, the first thing that really confuses me is that it's as powerful as my Caliburn. This is not a comparison video, but it is definitely on the same par as that. Even though it has like 1/3 the size of the plunger tube, the spring, the air delivery, the bolt, everything is so air efficient. This is a monster, an absolute destroyer of worlds. I have a standard length dart magazine in this right now. It is base compatible with standard length darts. However, I wanted mine to work with Steffen's, since that's kind of the natural progression of the modder. If I wanted to use full-length darts, I have less powerful blasters that would use them better, especially flywheelers, which are really good at using full-length darts. However, Springers can hit far, far better velocities, range, accuracy using half-length darts, which is not something that flywheels can really do well. And this blaster has been built from the ground up to use them, so unfortunately, the Pretty Boom magazine at the moment cannot be used with this thing. I could put it in, but it won't chamber a dart. It's not possible. This is a Stefan magazine that I've had for quite some time, and this has cut down darts of various colors in here. These are just old darts that I used a jig that I got from Tactical Foam to cut down into the similar length as what you would get if you were to just buy commercially made half-length darts. And, well, that's a lot of empty space on there, but now it shoots these just little tiny bullets, basically, and it's pretty nuts. This thing is not to be messed with. This is not something you take to HVZ. This is something you take if you go to wars every other week like I do. It's an enthusiast level blaster, and the price reflects that. It is a pretty pricey blaster. This thing will definitely cost you more to build than like a Caliburn or something like that. Well, it shows. It's all injection molded plastic, it's custom, and honestly the price difference isn't that great, but it is a different blaster altogether, and well, you can build one that's completely different than this one with different parts, but if you want the full experience, you have the pump action grip with the rails that are enclosed inside the blaster. There's no exposed rails or anything like that. You get the stock that's actually called a power stock because the spring of the plunger tube actually rests inside the stock here because the spring is stupidly long. It's like 2.5 times the length of a standard Retaliator spring, and it is very, 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 very strong. And then, of course, the pusher breech, the expanded plunger tube, which is the size of a long shots plunger tube, which is a modification people were already doing. It's been done to this, and it's already, you could just buy an expanded Retaliator plunger tube and throw it in the blaster. You can do that now. It's like, it seems like just a year ago, I saw the expanded plunger tube, the long shot plunger tube in a Retaliator, and that was really cool, but it looked kind of complicated, and I didn't necessarily want to murder a long shot for it. And here I am, now I have one that I can just buy for $8 and throw in a blaster. We're going places with this hobby, man. This is the start of something absolutely crazy, and the Worker's not the only company doing this kind of stuff. There are other companies putting out similar blasters that have their own unique designs and gimmicks built into them. It's about to get really, really, really interesting in this hobby, and that's very exciting for somebody like me who loves this hobby dearly and truly believes in it. We are hitting that next stage where you will be able to go to a hobby store and pick up some kind of crazy 250 FPS foam flinging thing that's the safe alternative to airsoft and paintball. And it's quite a build. If you want to build this exact one in the same parts, then it's going to be quite difficult. When you buy the blaster, this is not something that you just buy and use. You have to put it together. The base blaster doesn't even come with Retaliator parts into it. You buy the blaster, then you'll have to buy some kind of plunger tube and bolt sled to put inside of it with, you know, and then you have a working blaster. You need a spring, of course, but most of the time it's sold as a kit. And then from there, it gets even more complicated because then you got to decide what you want to do. I mean, if you don't want to have a pump action kit, well, you can have a long barrel with a bolt on the side of it to use it kind of like a bolt action rifle or pistol. There's a whole bunch of different stocks that's compatible with pretty much any stock you could possibly fit on a NERF N-Strike attachment point. And yes, the barrel and the stock are N-Strike attachment points, which is just super freaking cool. And of course, it's compatible with your NERF style magazines, which there are a lot of. I will say this thing's cool, and I will constantly say it's cool because it is probably one of the coolest things I've shown on my channel. In all honesty, I'm blown away with how nifty this blaster is. It's powerful, it's efficient, the prime is so much less than my Caliburn. Seriously, the Caliburn has just a dreadful prime. Captain Xavier would back me up on this one. We both used our Caliburns for like the first round of the last war, and both of us walked back to the table and put them down and got something else at the same time. We're both like, I'm done. My arm hurts. Prime and back full length K26 for a long time. Like, I went through like 4 or 5 magazines. I was done. This is far easier to prime than that, which is great. It's comfortable. The grip is very, very comfortable. It's basically an AR-15 style grip. The slanted angle on the pump grip, which you can change out with everything, with whatever you want. It's a Picatinny rail on the bottom of this thing. This is very comfortable. The blaster looks good. It's got a ton of rail space. And of course you can put any kind of muzzle attachment that's already existing for these kinds of Nerf blasters. I know Worker makes a ton of them. I really wish I had one in that kind of blue aluminum right now. Blue trigger would also be nice. It's the only other complaint I have. I just want a full blue one because this is a color you don't really see that often in Nerf, especially transparent, which is just begging for some kind of LED work. Oh man. But again, this is not a blaster that you would buy if you're doing like HVZ or backyard shooting, and again, the price is going to reflect that. This is a serious blaster. Very, very serious. But for those of you who are invested in the hobby, you want something like this, you might not want to deal with all the little finagling that goes on trying to build your own Springer or heavily upgrading a pre-existing one, Worker's got you covered. It's a fun blaster. It looks great, which is probably my favorite thing. I really like the wireframe stock. I wish it was adjustable, but oh well. It's just so nifty. If the Caliburn is my rifle, this is my carbine. This thing is just, it's cool. I really don't know what else to say other than it's cool. If you have any questions about the Worker Prophecy, let me know down in the comments section. I'd love to answer them for you because I had a ton of questions, and again, most of these are going to be answered if you watch my build video, but I had a lot of questions, and I still do. I still need to actually get myself some commercial Stefan so I can see exactly how far and hard this thing's hitting. I have some crony readings here. They're not representative of what this blaster can do, they're just what mine's doing with my stupid little cut down darts, but you can see it is not to be trifled with. It is very powerful, and it will clear my entire yard, no problem. And in fact, right now it seems to be hitting harder than my freaking Caliburn, which is weird. I think I need to lubricate the Caliburn up. It just felt a little bit stiff, but if you are a fan of this, I can definitely recommend picking one up. I'm Walcom S7, thank you very much for watching this video, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different one, and I think this constitutes as something different. I wasn't expecting to do this. I've been working on a project for a long time now, and this just came in the mail, and I was so happy. You may see something similar to this in the future, because I have some more parts coming for another blaster I'm building, but oh, this is cool.